into a nursing home that doesn't have a cultural specific service, the person can feel very lonely, very abandoned and isolative. They feel they have no identity because they cannot communicate with the staff at large and vice versa.
And if you have to go into a facility that you cannot even communicate, I think it's very frightening, and I think it's very tragic.
It's an incredibly hard decision to make when it comes to deciding whether or not to put our mums or dads into care, but knowing that there's going to be a specific cultural nursing home for our Vietnamese parents or relatives, it just makes that decision a lot less painful, knowing that they can settle into a home away from home with the appropriate food, with the appropriate culture.
I think this project is very important for the Vietnamese community because professionally I've seen and heard about how families struggle to look after their elderly relatives, but more personally, a friend of mine has to quit her job to look after her mother even though she's in a nursing home at the moment because her mother can't speak English and she can't communicate her needs, even like going to the toilet or her pain. Also, she couldn't eat the food there, so she had to bring the food in, fed her mom and keeping her company, talking to her. And when she's away because of illness or other reasons, her mom became very depressed and she says she wanted to die. So I think having a nursing home where she can be looked after with all those means, without her relatives, my friend being there to look after her full time, I think it would be very important. It would be good for our society, but also good for the residents' health as well. So I support this fully, and all the members of the Australian Vietnamese Health Professional Associations are fully behind this project.
I would like for everybody to get behind this wonderful cause, to be able to make the difference in the delivery of care to the person's quality of life.
By supporting this project, you can actually make a lot of difference for the elderly people.
My wish is if we can have a Vietnamese specific culture in catering for our Vietnamese people, then for sure their life will be much better.
As the Vietnamese community in Australia becoming an aging population, I believe the Vietnamese nursing home project is long overdue. I'm supporting it with all my heart and asking everyone to support it financially, emotionally, to put a hand into making it a reality.